Morning, everybody. It's 9:35 a.m. It is a Tuesday. I think it's the 9th of June, and I'm pretty sure it's the year 2026 still. We haven't advanced yet past the 20s. Maybe we'll get to the 30s one day. Hopefully you're having a great day. Wherever you're viewing from, it is muggy. That's all I got. There's a little bit of a breeze when you're drunk going, but it's muggy. There you go, right? You got the, I don't know what, trusted care of land and water there, guys. So everything is NGOs now, NGOs and private companies. So those are the guys that do the water, and I guess they do the fish. But I mean, that gets me to my topic, I guess. You see, that's what I mean. I don't come out with topics in my mind. Some days I do. When I used to do this all the time, if there's something I needed to talk about, I would. But that truck shows what's going on in our society. There is no work for our young people. We have somebody with an expensive truck running around, and whatever work they do, I'm not trying to besmirch them, but you telling me there's no one in Chicago that can fix the fish in McKinley Park Lagoon? We have to pay an outside contractor? You see what I'm talking about? You know, we're complaining about jobs when the jobs are right in front of us. You just seen a job that wasn't a Chicago job. It wasn't in the park district. The guy who works in the lagoon should be working here in this park. Why are you hiring a truck? The truck costs money. The employee costs money. You have to pay all of that stuff. Maybe it's a little cheaper subcontracting. It's called outsourcing. Right? That's what it's called, outsourcing. You telling me you can't find somebody to fix this lagoon in Chicago? In all of Chicago, there's no one to do that? Come on, man. Good morning, good morning. You know what that's all about? That's all about stripping the wealth out of our city. All those old guys that worked in the factory, you know, building those Pullman cars, the chewing gum like I used to work at, the steel mills, the plane engines at Ford City, all of those factories all along Diversey over there, up there, you know where I'm talking about? Diversey, Division on the west side, go over there. Well, those were huge factories, 2-3 foot. Donnelly and Sons used to print the phone books. Go over there, go check out those big buildings. I got the CMD right here. I don't want to always talk about my neighborhood. That's the CMD here, they used to do here. Westinghouse over by Cicero and Cermak. Go look around. Go start thinking about what happened, what's going on. And then think about that truck that just drove by, right? That's a Chicago job that's outsourced. And one of the things that we should think about is the guy that's running our city today. It's like, I think it's Daniel Carter just put out the video of abandoned properties down in 77th Street. It's like, why isn't this guy like fixing our city? Why is he outsourcing everything? Why is he giving our money to strangers? Why isn't he hiring young people? Why do I see a pickup truck with some company name working on a lagoon in McKinley Park? Why isn't that a bunch of kids working on the fish? Well, they're not trained. We'll train them. Oh, that costs money. Well, wait up. Doesn't he keep saying he's a teacher? See, do you see where I'm going with this one? Oh, good morning, everybody. Good morning. You know what I'm talking about? See how the opposites and the double talk, and as some of my good friends years ago used to say, forked tongue. That's gonna be the name. That's gonna be the name of this video. The forked tongue. The forked tongue mayor, right? You know what that means, right? Everybody knows what that means. Think about it. They're complaining about youth violence. They're complaining about youth unemployment. They're complaining about abandonment. And then you see an outsourced truck doing work in our parks, right? There you go, right? Outsourced probably, right? How many months is it going to take to replace my favorite faucet there, right? What are you waiting for? Right? Outsourcing, right? That's what they do. Give those jobs to these kids. Let them be the lagoon guy. Let them be the Zamboni guy. There's a Zamboni machine over here in the winter. They do ice skating. Let them fix the potholes. Who's fixing the potholes? I'll show you some stuff. I got some videos going to be coming up soon about these bike lanes. I did a couple of them before. But we're not going to talk about the bike lanes per se. We're going to start talking about the quality of the workmanship. I'll show you those fake gates at the parks. I mean, it's some of the worst concrete work I've ever seen. There you go. Some of the best water you can get right there. See that city water? Delicious, man. You can live on that stuff. Outsourcing. Right. Has anybody done a study to see how many jobs are outsourced in the city? Especially what? Especially what? Government jobs. Chicago Public Schools, City of Chicago, sewers, police. But look at it. Those crime interventionists, that's outsourcing. Everybody knows that. That's your problem. People are greedy. People are taking our money out of our city, and they're doing whatever they're doing. And look, I ain't got no problem with people living in the suburbs or wherever they are and making money. That's just the American way. But if it's the government doing that... Oh, wait, I forgot. He's from Elgin. Oh, whoa. Silly me. We outsourced our mayor. You get where I'm going with this? Why? Because they put an old white racist to run against him, right? That's why. They went around. So he won. That's how Brandon won. They put Vallis in. Right. Let's see if I can get through here, right? There you go. There you go. Good morning, good morning. Think about it. They put an old white dude from way back when to run against this young guy. Good morning. Good morning. And naturally, who's going to win? You kind of get it? That's the idea there. They rig up these elections, and it gets so obvious. I mean, I'm a little older, and I've been watching elections. I worked on elections, and you can see this, right? They outsourced our mayor's job to a dude from Elgin that talks about the soul of the city. And you go down and see the soul of the city, and it's all boarded up. Then you get up in the morning and pop on your bike, and you see a guy with a brand new pickup truck working on the fish in your lagoon. And you're like, why ain't that a park district job? Why ain't that a city job? Well, because they want to steal our wealth. That's what's happening. It's happening in front of our eyes. Our city's wealth is being stripped. It's called wealth extraction. So it's part of gentrification, but it's not all gentrification. Some of it is, some of it isn't. But it's basically coming into a place, depreciating the values purposefully. You can hear the sirens in back of me, the police firing. They're in back of me. Police siren. What is it? 10 o'clock? 9 o'clock? I don't even know what time it is. 10 o'clock now? So you dump a bunch of drugs in there, some cops, some whatever it is. Maybe you put some, and this is in no ways putting anybody down, putting some people that might need some services, right? Dysfunctional individuals. And they bring dysfunction into the area without providing services, right? And what do you got? Your prices go down. And then what happens? You swoop in and buy it. It's almost like white flight. There's some good books. You can hear the cops in back of me. It's like the white flight issue, right? What's up? Good morning, my brother. They were telling those white Catholics, mostly on the south side, you got the boogeyman coming in. These black workers coming up from the south. So you got to get out of here. They bought those houses from those white people that fled the city for cheap. Do you think they sold those houses to the black families cheap? Absolutely not. And then what are they doing now? What, 50 years later, 50, 60 years later from white flight? Right? White flight was what, in the 60s and 70s in Chicago, right? So now 50 years later, they're telling the blacks, you got to get out of here because your kid's going to get shot. The schools are bad. They're teaching trans into schools, blah, blah, blah. Whatever other new gimmick they use. And now what are they doing? They're scooping up those properties for free or nothing. They make up some grant programs. Oh, man, look at that bird there. What's that one called? See that guy right there? Look at this guy. That ain't no seagull. Look at that thing. That's a heron. You see that thing right there? Look. He's got that string on the back of his neck. You see that there? He's beautiful, isn't he? Look at that, man. I gotta take a picture of that guy. Huh? And there's another one over there. See that guy over there? There's two of them. See that there?
Yeah, what's this?
I think it's a heron.
Oh.
And I think there's another one. One maybe a boy and one maybe a girl, right?
One boy, one girl?
Probably. Yeah, it's, it's summer. They're in love, It's beautiful, right? See the little string on his head? That's nice there. That's beautiful. Oh, he's watching me. He's like, why did I bring everybody here? Oh, yeah, he's serious. Which one's the girl, you think?
I don't know.
One's a boy and one's a girl. I know that.
Maybe the big one boy.
No, usually the girls are the big ones, aren't they, in birds? Birds, the girls are stronger, right? Yeah? That's nice, right? He's mean looking. Yeah, he's beautiful there. Have a good day. So, you got this stuff going on, and you see our neighborhood's beautiful. Good morning.
Good morning.
And you start to see the pattern here. And real estate cycles, if nobody knows it, is usually about 40 to 50 years. And you say, man, how do you make money if it's 50 years? Well, that's how rich people are rich. They pass that on. Look at the king in England. He wears his 1,000-year-old crown from wherever, man. They don't even buy new clothes. They pass it down. They live in a castle that's 1,000 years old. They don't buy a house. But they'll buy your house and flip it. Right. You kind of get what I'm trying to say here? Yeah, real estate cycles are 40 to 50 years. You don't live through them. You usually don't. If you're lucky, you are. I'm lucky. I lived through the 80s real estate cycle. The bust. That was the HUD bust. That was when the oil was messed up. Remember that? Yeah, I lived through that stuff. We're about like that now. We're not yet there. We're not there yet. There used to be blocks in Chicago that were abandoned. Blocks all over the country. The point I'm trying to say is this. And this is capitalism. I'm not against real estate. I'm not against any of that stuff. I'm against scheming, lying, and cheating. That's what I'm against. And one of the things is outsourcing. Because when you outsource, you're saying you don't have the personnel in your city or in your company to do the job, which is a lie, because that's just laziness. Are you telling me we don't have people to fix the fish in the lagoon there? Come on, man. How hard is it to fix fish? How hard is it to fix fish? They're fish. They ain't children. They ain't your mom in the hospice. They're fish. You clean the water, you make sure there is no bacteria, and there's something going on, you fix it. That's it. What does it take? Fish have books about them. We've studied fish for hundreds of years. You telling me we can't teach kids how to do that? We got to hire some dude in a pickup truck, pay him a lot of money or her a lot of money, and then we complain that what? There's youth violence and there's not enough employment. Well, you know why there ain't enough employment? Because the city's outsourcing the work. And I'm going to finish with this. It's by a teacher who says he's a union organizer. That's your problem. And that's why I keep saying you need to remove him. And that's why I voted for an old white guy instead of him. I don't like Paul Vallis. I never did. I voted for him because he understands this conceptualizations, right? And he was an outsourcer too. He was part of that Chicago Boys. He's a Chicago Boys wannabe. Look it up what Chicago Boys is, right? They went to Chile, right? But the point I'm trying to make here is this. On 2 for Tuesday. You seen two herons, right? They're always in a group. Boy and a girl. So we need to stick together as Chicagoans, and we need to start thinking about what we see around us and why things are happening. Be safe, be careful. It's a really muggy Tuesday. Make sure you got your air conditioning on. I don't know how you do this button. Hey, Holly, what's up? Talk to you later, right? That's enough. I gotta go upstairs, take a shower or something. I'm a little sweaty. Thanks for watching, everybody. Danielle Carter's video, watch that. It's a pretty good one. I like that one. I like that. I don't know who I'm voting for, but if she's running, Mendoza's running, and Brandon's running, I'm voting for Danielle. That's for sure. I'm gonna pull a Republican ballot. Be the second time in the history that I've ever done it. Take it easy, everybody. I shouldn't do politics, though. Shouldn't do politics on the internet. Take it easy, everybody. Bye.